When was the last time you had a cup of coffee, a soda, or a Red Bull? Do you have something with you right now? Since high school, I haven't done a day without having a form of caffeine in hand, and I'm sure many of us have been the same. We consume caffeine throughout the day, sometimes without even realizing it. From a cup in the morning, a can or two during lunch, on the way home, even when we're out about on the town. Our access to caffeine has become so commonplace that we don't even realize it. Aisles in grocery stores are stocked high. Businesses have dedicated themselves to its sale. Even the most unlikely forms that you can find at gas stations, all without much of a problem. In the US, some of the most common forms of caffeine that you can find are coffee, which is the most popular form consumed, energy drinks. They're quickly rising in popularity amongst consumers. Soda, it's so commonplace that even little kids are able to drink it. Tea, it's one of the most common forms of caffeine consumed with the most variation. I mean, have you ever had a bubble tea before? Other forms of caffeine that you may not even think about are chewing gums, pills, and alcoholic beverages like a Four Loko or an espresso martini. And here's a little fun fact. In the UK, energy drinks are actually restricted in the same way that we restrict alcoholic sales here in the US. You have to be at least 16 and have a valid form of identification before you can even make a purchase. And it's crazy to think how something in other countries that's prohibited for the sale to a minor is easy for them to get here in the US. Now, how much are you taking? Here in the US, we consume roughly 135 milligrams of caffeine daily. And it's common for us to have more than one form of caffeine throughout our day. Many of us have had moments where we needed that extra boost of energy to get through a task at work, or when we're studying for an exam, or working on that paper or project for class. And we drink so much more caffeine than we even like to think. An 8-ounce cup of coffee contains about 95 milligrams of caffeine, and an 8.5 can of Red Bull that has 80 milligrams. And it's shocking to think that the Panera Bread's 20-ounce cup of charged lemonade has 260 milligrams of caffeine. That's the smallest cup that they offer. And did you know that in the US, Starbucks has sold approximately 60 million cups of coffee daily? Red Bull, on average, sells 2 billion cans of its product yearly, beating out Monster at 1.6 billion as of 2023. And it's crazy but not hard to think that companies like Red Bull and Starbucks have thrived on us having that little pick-me-up. And I for sure can say that I have spent a lot of my money towards Starbucks runs every now and again. Well, to summarize, the consumption of caffeine has become so varied and easy to come by that you can't say that you haven't had it before. You can call it a dependency, really. And it's one that's made billions for others. And it's so commonplace that we drink coffee and Red Bulls more than we drink water. And who knows what this says for our future. And I, for one, am a bit frightened to find out.